Hi, I'm Dino.
And I'm Christina, and we love our Pine Glen home.
When we started this, we didn't have an exact picture of what we wanted in a builder. We started off with a relationship and a lot of what the builder brought to the table in terms of quality.
You put a leap of faith into the company that you're choosing to build your home. We find with Pine Glen, it was we want to be able to make you have the house that you want. That was a really big deciding factor in going with Pine Glen. Pine Glen always made us feel like we were a priority. When we agreed to sign on with them, it had a lot to do with the trust that we had built in the meetings, them having a clear understanding of the home that we were trying to build.
They were honest. They told us what we can and can't do, and I think that we appreciated that. Our big hurdle was, could they deliver what they actually said they were going to deliver? The guarantees that they said that they would follow through on seemed so different than what everyone else was saying. We trusted them, we got along with them, and they just knew every element of the build and the process so precisely that we decided that we were going to go with them.
When we were sending out the requests for quotes, Pine Glen was the only builder who looked at what we provided them and said, we need to sit down and have a deeper conversation as to what it is that you're looking for. Everybody else was just willing to toss out a price because they didn't have to stick to it.
I really have numerous friends who've had nightmare stories about builds going out of control and prices going out of control, and no one could guarantee us pricing.
We were finding with some other builders was that the only way we were getting to a resolution was by eliminating some of the non-negotiables for us in the build. So it was like, we can reduce the price by removing this feature wall. We were given an estimate that included all of our selections, and we signed off on that, and they were true to their word. They were the only ones that came in with an approach like that.
But with Pine Glen, they talked about what the cost is. They talked about any things that might pop up in the build. So we really had a firm grasp on the number with them.
It was nice to know that once we had agreed upon a price, that the only changes that would happen would be because I changed my mind on a tile selection, for example. It also makes it clear that everybody has the same goal, and that's to get your house completed.
When we finally chose a builder was because they said they could do it in 8 months for us.
Well, they almost didn't get the job because I didn't believe them. Everybody else was a year and a half, and these guys are saying 6 to 8 months. If we're not doing it in 6 to 8 months, we're doing something wrong.
The reality is, every month that you're not in your house costs you money. Whether it's $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month, it adds up eventually.
They got to it. As soon as we got our building permit, they were here within a week, and it started doing the excavating to pour the concrete.
There was never a day when there wasn't action at our site. So if the framers were finished, the next day someone was coming in to do the next job in the house, and it never laid dormant. My
parents actually had a bet with Pine Glen because my parents didn't believe that they could do it in 6 to 8 months. So they have won a very nice bottle of wine. Emails were answered always. I knew they would answer their phone or send me a text. They were amazing when it comes down to communication. This is a big project, and you need to feel like you're a priority and it's important. Pine Glen uses a format called Builder Trend that organizes all your selections. I still use it today when I go back just to reference a paint color, a tile selection, just anything that I'm trying to pull from my memory for various reasons. They were really great about providing resources as to where to go or bringing in samples for me from their vendors so I could take a look at the different colors of a countertop or a cabinet, that sort of thing. They were definitely very good with that.
Pine Glen was in the lead of being extra cautious about COVID-19, about protocols, about information regarding those protocols. Every single worker that came into the house followed the protocols. There were signs up and all of those things. And the way that they managed the whole interaction with us and our family was incredibly conservative and with great care. So we felt comfortable the entire time and through the entire process for that.
For unprecedented times, they jumped on it and took care of things as if they had a protocol for it already in mind. The actual building process of the house and choosing the selections, I loved it. It was fantastic to have this project. If I had a family or a friend who was looking to build a home, I would 100% recommend Pine Glen. Anybody who's asked me, I've recommended Pine Glen. Anyone who's just brought up even doing a renovation on their home, I have recommended Pine Glen. It has been that phenomenal of an experience.
We still have their sign on the front lawn. It's not that we forgot it's there. We honestly feel like we need to let other people know that this is who built our house, because we had such a great experience, and people will walk by the house and ask us questions, and we are very, very quick to recommend Pine Glen to strangers. You know, much less the people I care about. I'm definitely saying go to Pine Glen if you want a stress-free or a worry-free or the best possible job the way you want it done.